Yo, Zuma, what's up? How's your day? Good. It's nice to hear, man. What have you been up to today? I'm not staying for long, sadly. It's okay, bro. Thanks for stopping by. What are you up to? You have another wedding to go to? Oh, school? Why are you crying? Oh, I didn't understand the emoji. Because I'm not staying long. It's alright. Don't be too hard on yourself. I'll catch you another time. All right. All right. Before we fill up this place, and also this part, I'm just gonna make it a little bit darker. But that I'll take my time and I'll do that, right? It won't be every part at the same time. We're just gonna take our time and you know, execute accordingly. Okay, so step by step. I'm gonna do the teeth. Now you always remember that the teeth would follow this curve, right? The upper curve. So I would have this one follow this one. So keep in mind that we are using Anime Thursday. Yeah, it's Anime Thursday. And keep in mind that we are just using a pen. We're just using a pen to do this art. So the possibility that we need to be patient in forming the art is very crucial. We don't want to make any mistakes, right? We just take our time and I would do it as such. So I have that one in. So underneath the eyebrows here, I'm just gonna thicken it up a little bit, just add a little bit of strokes here just to give it depth. We don't want it to be so flat, you know, so have that. And I think so far so good. It's looking a little bit like what we wanted. All right, I'm very happy with the eyes. So come to the hair. Now for the hair, we're just gonna do spiky strokes as usual. We'll just take our time. And so we'll have this. Now with this, I'm gonna pause a little bit here and start to give the outline of the hat so that the hair would follow that line, and thereafter whatever that we want to do would just sit right on it, right? Right, so here we have it. Now I'm gonna do work on the finger because he's covering his face, so this is gonna come somewhere here, and the proportion of the sketch is very very important. So we're gonna use the eye and drawing as the proportion to drawing the finger. Okay. Yo, it's Abby offline. What's up, man? So have this so far. Um, I got a little bit of cleanup to do for this part, but we'll fix it as we go. So I'm gonna extend this finger throughout the scene. Right. Um, right. So we have that, and that's about it for this part. I'm gonna work on the nose and the eyes and a little bit of the hair. Right. I have the version it will be peak. I have the vision. Oh, it will be peak. Love you, man. Thank you. So here for the hair, just gonna take my time and draw these spiky strokes. Now, how I normally want to do it is I would just want to follow the outlines for the first touch. Right now, I just want to follow the outline. Keep it very short and sweet. Right. I'm watching while I was washing dishes. Make sure it comes clean, man. Are you allowed to do that? What your parents gonna say? Or your parents not around? Yeah, so come here. The hat would be extended downwards a little bit this way, right? That's where the hat will be. Then this side, I'm gonna add just some strokes. I'm not gonna fuss too much about it because we're gonna do a lot more on the hair. So at the moment, just a little bit will be enough just to serve as a guidelines for this one. So just be patient. Just add spiky strokes, right? Follow the outlines and get it done. So first things first, we have let's say 60% of what you want to do. What kind of camera do you have that allows you to be on live? I'm just using my phone. I don't have any camera. I'm not using any camera. I'm just streaming from my phone. Right, so we have this down. Now I'm gonna come to the eye here, thicken it up a little bit. Here, thicken it up, not too much, just a little bit, just to add a little bit of information and details around it. What kind of holding device are you using? I'm using what's it called, the G clamp. There's something called the G clamp that I hold it to my desk, and I stream with it. So I clamp it to my desk and I clamps my phone, and yeah. So we have this one. So far so good. This is I have to say it's very impressive drawing whilst explaining. If it was me, I would have forgot I was even streaming. I just continued drawing without speaking, for real. Yeah, it happens to me sometimes. It happens um when I'm sketching sometimes, and I get so into the sketch. And for example, if the details that I want to do for the sketch is too much, I'll just be lost in the art. But for some reason, for anime, it doesn't really happen to me. With anime, it doesn't really have a lot of details, so you can just do whilst you are explaining. And okay, at least for me, anime doesn't do me like that. But if I was doing something like a Kraken or a Terminator, do you have a link for it? You mean the device that I'm using? Yeah, I have a link for it. I can even send you the picture. I don't have any affiliated links to it, but I can send you a picture. I could post a picture, then you can see, or I can look for one similar that I use, and I'll send it. I'll share it, then you can take a look. How's that? So right now for the ears here, is it on Amazon? I think so. You could definitely get it on Amazon. So for here, the lips, I'm just gonna darken it up. I think anime might be the easiest form of sketch that there is, because there isn't a lot of details compared to other sketches, I think, in my opinion. Probably I could be wrong. If I'm yet to see a complicated form of anime, but with this, I'm just gonna darken the outlines here, and that'll be it. Right. So with what we have so far, I would just keep working on the details, try to get it intact, and have everything sorted out. So I'm gonna have more hair here. Right. I have this, and at the end of his head here, we're gonna have the tip of his hat, right? So we're just gonna do that and let it sit for a while. We're just compiling everything. So for the nose, I'm just gonna do this and this. Then I come here and I do this and that, right? Isn't that easy to do, right? Do this like a 2, and this one comes down like a 1. I'm just gonna draw a couple of lines here to serve as some shadows that the fingers are casting down, right? Okay, so at this point we have a lot to work with. Now, how I'm doing the teeth is very important. You have to make sure that this line here and this line, they meet, right? They meet to give that uniformity and realism of it. Although it's a bit, what you call it, abstract, it, it still has some premises we would have to follow. We cannot be winging it at this stage, so we keep it 100. You know what I mean? Okay, then I come here, shade it. So far so good. I have to draw the other part of the eyes and the eyebrows. So the eye, I'm gonna put the eye somewhere here and down. Yeah, so we got this. Everything is not bad. I'm just gonna come down here. So here I have this 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 bone here. We're working on the clothes, his shirt here, Um, so we're gonna work on the hand here. His shoulder is gonna be somewhere around here. So with that, I'm just gonna have some lines represent his clothes. And when I get here, you see, he's wearing an open shirt, so I'm just gonna do that line and come down here. So we have this in, right? So far, I think it's looking a little bit like him. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Hello? Hey, it's Julia. How you doing, Julia? All right, so this is gonna be somewhere here, and I have that. So, so here underneath, this is his cheek, his chin. Sorry, this is his chin. I'm gonna darken it a little bit with my pen. Right, I'll just go over, darken it a little bit more, just to emphasize on this outline that I'm giving it. Over and over and over again. All right, so that it looks very looks detail oriented, and the outline makes it a little bit more visible when you have that part aligned. So just come in like this. Right, then next to, so all of this area is just gonna be dark, you know, underneath his palm here, right? It's just gonna be dark like that. And here, just gonna go like this. I have this hair here. Later I'm gonna change my pen and take a thicker pen just to give more emphasis on the strokes. Alright, so we have this, and I'm pretty satisfied with how things are looking so far. We have a lot more to go, but so far so good. I'll give it about, so I'd say a 7. Okay, I rated it probably about a 7. I think a 7. It's okay. There's a lot more to do. I made a couple of mistakes in here and there, but since it's a pen drawing, you know, there's no second chances. There's no second chance to this, so you just have to be mindful of each stroke that you place it, and how you sketch it. Right. So now I'm just gonna overview it. Make sure we have everything in there. Now I'm gonna start working on the shadows. Start working on the shadows like this. Right. So here, imagine like imagine that this part is the hat. Like, we haven't done any details to it, but we need to have that strokes and the what did you call it, the the outline laid down for us, so that we stay in frame when we're working. Other than that, you work on it and you realize that you've left that part out. And I think one piece is not complete without his hat, right? So we need to have that down. And So I'm stroking it. So as you can see, I'm just following this line, the outline. That's how I apply the strokes. Right, so if this line goes straight, and that's exactly how I'm gonna stroke it down like that. Okay, so the problem now that we have is it's when you look at it, you realize that all of this area, there is no separation of the shadows and the midtones and the highlights. All of them is together, right? And that's not a problem. Okay, it's a problem, but it's not a problem because I'm gonna get a bigger pen and fill it in. Hey, Abby offline, what's up? All right, so I have this, and I think that's one of the most important thing that you could have at this point. Just get this thing really outlined and have everything do what you want it to do. So we have the hat here, right? All right, so I have this. Nice. So all right, nice. So what do you guys think? Does it look like One Piece? I feel like I'm missing a couple of things, but okay. So you see, um, now we're gonna bury this part in dark, like real dark. I'm gonna change my all this place needs to be dark, right? It need to be as dark as possible, right? There will be some reflection here and there, but we'll let the reflection happen naturally. We will not try to create it because we are human. When you're shading, obviously you cannot feel everything as closely as possible, so those mistakes aid in becoming the reflection as we need it. So you don't force it, don't fuss about it. Like for instance here, I didn't intentionally create this part here. I'm just stroking as you watched, right? So like for instance here, you see this part here? I'm gonna zoom in a little bit and you see this part here and here. I didn't force it, it happens naturally, right? That is how nature will guide you. So you just shade it and don't worry too much about getting it and creating the reflection. It would come by itself. right? You see this part as well. See this part is it creates the all right. So now, as you can see, we've been able to fill in all these areas, right? Now, I think so far so good. It's not bad, but we have a lot of shading to do. As you can see, everything looks so flat. So now we're gonna create the mid-tones to differentiate it from the highlights, right? Right, okay, so here, this part of his face, this area, I'm going to add in a little bit of strokes, and these strokes are the shadow created by the hands, right? Here as well, I'm just gonna add in a little bit, not too much. Okay, so far so good. I like the shadows, the soft shadows, and I'm gonna do the same here. Alright, show yourself this. Right, so now you see how the shadows makes a huge difference. It makes that area feel a little bit 3D. Okay, so I'm gonna work on his fingers here. I'm gonna create some sort of shadows. Alright, so simple, just simple strokes here and there to simulate the shadows of the fingers. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna work on the lower part here a little bit. The lower part. Now, on this chin here, I'm gonna add just some strokes. Just some strokes here and there. I knew it. Peak. Did you come back to say that? Right, so you just take your time and right, so I have that. Okay, so next what we're doing is the lower part here. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of shadow down here. Now these shadows are just gonna be soft vertical lines underneath here, right? Not too much, just soft vertical strokes like that. Like that. Beautiful. That's it, right? We don't do too much. We won't do anything. Just vertical strokes down here. We'll just leave them like that, right? But the problem, or something that we would need to address a little bit more, is here, right? This is his jacket, his shoulder. Back here, we would have to shade it a little bit darker, right? So I'm just going to use the same technique, but I will do cross shading later on to give it that kind of emphasis I'm looking for, right? So I'll go back in again and apply the strokes like that. Nice. Feel it? Like exactly like this. That's exactly what we'll be doing. Now I'll come in here for his shadows. On the shoulder, I'm gonna use horizontal lines, and make sure your lines are closely intact. All right, that'll give it that sort of a printed anime manga feeling, right? Because that's what we're trying to replicate, the printed version. That's what we are trying to do, but with our hands, right? A printed manga sketching. You see how the manga sketches look like? Yes, that's exactly what we're trying to do. All right, so for here, you just take your time and add in those strokes. That's how you see how this page is looking. That's exactly what we're doing. Exactly. No two ways about it. Now we're gonna do the bone on his shoulder. We're gonna keep on with the horizontal lines. Remember, we don't do too much. Alright, so here we come here, and since his shoulder is up, the cloth here it's also gonna be a bit crumpled, or and then we're gonna do that. Alright, so we're just gonna use wiggly lines here, and we don't stress about it. Nah, we don't. Remember, we don't stress. We're just sketching, right? We take our time and sketch. Right, so we do just random lines, but these random lines that would go ahead and guide you in creating it. So for instance, you see this line that I put here? I'll be creating folds out of it. So this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go up like this. The shadows make it to have so much depth. My eyes are being blessed. Yeah, the shadows makes a whole lot of difference. The shadows make a whole lot of difference. Like I keep saying that you can have a shitty drawing, forgive my language, but you can have a bad drawing, and with good shadows it would be so good. And you can have a good drawing, but you can have like very bad shadows, and it's just gonna mess up everything. So shadows, oh, it plays a huge role. Right, so you see how this place is standing out. This is actually what we want now, right? And we have to create a button here for his shirt. Well, we don't stress too much about the details yet. We just do it there and just leave it. We'll come back to it. Right, so you see the folding. Now this looks more like it's folded. So you take your time and we apply these strokes because we don't want it to look messy. Often we don't want it to look messy. Sorry, the messy fans out there. We don't want it to look messy, all right? No problem. But this year, I feel like we're now. This guy, what's the name? Mbappe. Mbappe is doing so good this year. I feel like Mbappe is really pulling his weight. He's really carrying his team. Sadly, Ronaldo couldn't do the same for Portugal. Alright, so have this. I'm gonna come in and draw in the shadows. I said like this. Alright, now you see how this place is looking. We wouldn't want to do too much, but still, we still want to try and get everything cleaned up, you know what I mean? So here, this is his hat, right? You see this line here, that's where his hat is, right? And his jacket is somewhere here. This is the outline of his jacket. So we'll have this. So I'm gonna add some strokes here. That is gonna make it feel like shadows underneath his clothing. Alright. I hope you understand what I'm saying. If you don't, let me know in the comments. I'll explain vividly what I'm saying. Oof, man, I love this part. I love it. Come on. This is so good! I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Sometimes I just get so excited. I just get so excited about my work. And I don't know, makes me happy. And I hope you watching, you also have like similar kind of energy. You know, just be happy. So, you know, for his chest, he has this some sort of X on his chest, right? So I'm just gonna do a little bit of it, not all, because we're not showing all of his chest. Right? We're just showing a part of it. So this comes here, and the other part, I'm just gonna do this here, right? Just this. Just those who know would know what that means, right? And just make like this. And this one also coming. Right? So we'll have this one. I wouldn't stress too much, but I feel like something tell me that I should color the coat red, right? The coat here. What do you guys think? Should I use a red pen? Because I have a red pen here. Should I use a red pen here for the coats, or I should just make it all printed black and white? What you guys think? Yeah, red. All right, let's do red. Just I'll bump it up. Make this place red. Right. Get it to be more like get it like maybe 50-60% close to what we are working on. All right, so we have this red in. Now we're going to take our time and fill it up. With this red, we don't want to make any mistake because it's more like the icing on the cake. So you pay attention to the reflection areas. You don't have to shade every part. So here I'm gonna leave this place, right? Then after I leave this place, I'll go a bit more darker in some areas, just to get that contrast vibe in it out. You know what I mean? Yep. I hope you do. So I'm gonna come in here, then do the same, just random strokes, but keep in mind not to shade every place. You leave some places white, and some places you go darker, and some places you don't even shade them, right? Like that, to just get that vibe of the realism of the character. Although we're doing a pen sketch, our focus is to get it as closely as realism as possible, right? We want to shade it and render it with our pen, makes it feel like, yo, this is good, right? This feels so realistic, right? And we want people to forget that when they see the sketch. We want them to forget when they see the sketch. They'll be like, yo, are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. Alright, so we take our time and put it in the strokes. Hey, hi, hey, this is Lisandra Tanasova. Whoa, you got a long name. I'll just call you the last 4 letters of your name, which is what is it? Sova. Hi, okay, Alex. Oh, you spelled the Alex, but with a K in the name. All right, Alex, pleasure to meet you. All right, so here, if you look here, because of the face and the arm, this part is gonna be a bit darker. So this area, we're just gonna go all out in it. But we're keeping the same principle. Try to have some areas overly exposed. You know what I mean? Do you know the amazing Digital Circus? What brand are your pens? Ah, I wish I know. My pens, they don't have any brand. It's just normal pens that I'm using. It's just normal ball pens that I use. I used to use these kind of pens, right? But these pens, so what is it called? Micron pens. I used to use micron pens, and what is it called? This pen, the Marvi pen. So these were the pens that I was using. But the problem with these pens is when you are drawing, when you use it over time, you realize that the tip just keep disappearing. The tip, I don't know if you can see it, the tip just keeps pushing inside, and it gets to a point that you cannot use the pen again. Right now you can see, right, I used this pen only about 3 or 4 times, and yeah, it's just it cannot be used anymore. So I stopped using these kind of pens and decided to just use a ball pen. At the end of the day, it's the skills that matters. The pen is just a tool to make it look in a certain way. However, if you're able to master that skill, you can use any pen to give you that kind of look, provided you know what you're doing, right? So I started off with this kind of pens, right? This cans, but later, anytime I use it, it just keeps disappearing. The tip just keeps disappearing. So I stopped buying those pens, and I just go with these normal pens to just help me get the work done. I hope I answered your question. All right, so these pens are just, I don't know, they stop working after some time, and they are not cheap as well. So hey, what if you made a mistake and this is a pen? If it's a pen and you make a mistake, you just leave it like that. You just go with the flow. If you make a mistake, for example, if I'm sketching, for example, here in this sketch, I'm gonna show you one mistake that I made. All right, and this is the eyebrows. I made a mistake with the eyebrows. The eyebrows were a little bit lower. The eyebrows, I think it was supposed to, the eyebrows were supposed to come a little bit lower somewhere here, right? This is where the eyebrows were supposed to be. But I made a mistake and I put it too far here, right? So the eyebrow is way above it, but it's pen. What can I do? Just leave it like that. You know, if you're doing the pen sketch, the mistake always become part of the art. So you just embrace your mistake and you just move on. And I think that is the best form of creativity, or the best form of being a true artist. Like every mistake that you make, it forms part of the finished work. Before, I used to worry about those mistakes and whatnot, but then again, it's a mistake, so I just leave it like that. Hi. My mom always used to tell me that every mistake is a new style. So I embrace that. Do you know the Amazing Digital Circuits is a series? No, I don't. What is it about? Tell me about it. you have to watch it. All right, I'm gonna explain something. You see how my strokes are just evenly spaced out? This is something that you have to push for if you like pen drawing, right? You have to try and get the strokes as neatly arranged as that. Welcome back, my ski BD Sigma. Hey Eric, what's up? Yes, for me. What's up, guys? Do you remember? You have to watch it. Sure, make time. It's so cool and emotional. Did you know that I'm in love with Pomni? Who's Pomni? Gonna zoom back out a little bit. Sorry, I'm shaking my camera. I'm gonna do this half of this part. Just do the strokes. See how this place is looking. The direction of the strokes of this one and the direction of the strokes of this one makes it the same thing, gives just totally different vibe and different feeling of the sketch we are working on. So this part, I'm gonna darken it a little bit because there's a fold, and if there is a fold, it feels much more Please, Pomi is one of the characters, and you can draw her next time, please. All right, sure. I'll write it down. All right, I'll write it down. I'll add it to my list. Pomi. No worries, I'll do that. Is it It's alright. Don't worry. I'll do it. I'll look it up and I'll find it. tactic is really good. True, Pomi is my favorite too. All right, no problem. I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna write Pony, right? Writing it down. So right now we're creating the shadows. We'll be making sure that we get good shadows around the art. Make sure the dark areas needs to be dark. Right. Hi, Bianca. Bianca Wolf. Is that Bianca? What's up, Bianca? Alright, so we add that X feature into him. Is Bianca still there or she went away? At this stage, every stroke matters because we're like 75% done. All right, so everything that we do here, it's adding those touch here, you know. Hey, hi. How you doing? Okay. There's one more thing that we need to do, or clean up some more. That is the I don't like the color tone on this coat, so I'm going to add a lip and take my marker, some sort of marker. You can see I'm cheating because this is not a pen. neck here, gonna go a little bit more darker. So we take the time and clean it up. There's a little bit more touches that we can do to improve this sketch. So that's what we are trying to do now. Looks like my black pen is out of ink. Alright, guys, so that is all for today. There's a lot more that I could do, but it's past 1 a.m. So I'll be doing a little bit of final touches to it. Then afterwards, I'll be saying goodbye to you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Alright, so we have to give it a little bit of shadows here. I'm glad I trusted the process. Oh, I'm glad you also stuck behind, man. Thank you for sticking through the sketch. I'm really grateful. Yo, hey, yo, Roman Richardson, how is it going? It's been a while. Good to hear. Oh no, see if you got it. Man, it's been a while since you came over. I don't have any way to practice. Supercalifragilist is what is I'm trying again. It's supercalifragilistic fragilistic expialidocious flags. Supercalifragilistic explosious. Gaga. Why is the gaga? It's supercalifragilistic explidocious superfraga. Ha! Adventure. The longest word in English dictionary is phenomenal. Huh. I gave up. I can't read that. Where my brain is not braining. Alright guys, so that's all for today. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for watching. Kindly like, subscribe as usual. Okay, guys. I think that's all for today. I'm gonna stop here. And I'm gonna continue again tomorrow with another sketch. Kindly like, subscribe as usual. And I'll see you, God willing, tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Alright? And peace out. Thank you so much for sticking around for me. Leave me a message which sketch I should do tomorrow. Alright? Peace out. Bye bye.